chat saying that I'm a grifter, and I would just love for one of them to just be man enough to step up and actually try and defend that position. Otherwise, they just look like cowardly little bitches that can only talk in chat. A challenger appears. Big Papa Fascist. Tell me why you think I'm a grifter?
Well, I mean, yeah, you switch sides essentially so you wouldn't get banned and you can keep on grifting people for their money.
Do you have
right?
Do you have any proof of that? Do you know what a grifter is?
Yeah, that would be a Hunter Avallone. That would be a grifter.
Okay. Technically, though, a grifter is usually somebody that like sells out their beliefs for something of value, whether it be like money or fame or popularity or whatever.
You mean you?
No,
so,
I didn't
yeah,
gain. Hold on. I didn't gain popularity. I didn't gain money. I lost money and I lost subscribers. So
Is Nick
how have I
Fuentes
grifted?
is Nick Fuentes right when he says that basically the reason you switched teams is because you started like humping a woke chick? Is that true?
No, but you're also really pivoting because I just gave you the definition of a grifter, and it's very obvious that I don't fit that definition.
I'm just asking this pointed question because I wanted to know for a while. Because you used to make good content.
We can move on to that. Hold on. We can move on to that in a second. Are you willing then to concede the grifter point then?
No, you sold out your beliefs for sure.
But what did I sell them out for?
You sold them out so that you wouldn't get banned like every other prominent conservative on YouTube did.
Really? What about like Ben Shapiro? What about PragerU? I was working with. Hold on,
those are mainstream guys.
Okay, sure, whatever you say, buddy. But I was working with them. I was working with PragerU. Like that's where I was. I was on more of the mainstream conservative side of things. So I wasn't really at any kind of risk to even have my channel banned. If you look also after my fucking channel was banned, and then once it was reinstated, for the next like year and a half, I was continuing to pump out conservative content. Now, granted, some of it changed and evolved as my beliefs did as well, but like it was still. You can literally go look at my channel and check out the history.
So how do you get from being like a pro-gun conservative to being a woke? You're a transphobe if you don't suck lady dick. How did we get to that?
First of all, I've never said that, so that's a little weird that you try to put words in my mouth. Second of all, I still am pro-gun. That's not changed. Third of all, have you decided then? Have you conceded the grifter point? Like, are you willing?
For sure, you're a grifter. It's well known you're a grifter. Even your audience thinks you're.
So you're just saying I'm a grifter, though, even though like the proof isn't on your side at all.
What proof have you presented? You've just given me a story.
I just told you how I gave you.
How do we know?
Wait. I think it was pretty clear. I think it was pretty clear.
How do we know you're not making more money now? How do we know that?
Because I have way less views on my channel, buddy.
Yeah, so we don't know who's funding you. We have no idea.
I'm not.
We have no clue.
Yeah, you got me, man. You don't know that I'm secretly funded by I don't know who would I even be funded by?
I don't know what woke funders you have. I have no idea.
Wait. Holy shit, dude. You just got it. You cracked the code. I'm funded by literally Woke Incorporated.
Uh-huh.
Have you heard of them?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, they send me over like $1,000.
They're the Hunter Avallone funding team.
Yeah, Woke Incorporated. Check them out.
Right. So like I said,
so you moved off the grifter point then, or you're just going to hide behind the names?
It's very well known. It's very well known that you're a grifter. It's very well known that the reason that you switched sides was basically because you got a little bit of woke vagina, and then you decided that you didn't want to have your channel shut down. So
well known by whom? You said it was very well known
by everybody on planet Earth. Nobody doesn't know this about you, that you're a grifter.
So everybody just thinks I'm a grifter, and that means I'm a grifter.
Well, no, but in this case, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, in this case.
So
yes.
If I were able to show you a couple people that don't think I'm a grifter, then would that defeat your argument?
Are they like wokies like you?
No, I mean, if you say it's a well-known fact and everybody thinks I'm a grifter, then couldn't I just simply show you anyone else that doesn't think I'm a grifter and it would defeat your point?
If I got those people in a private conversation, they'd probably still say you were a grifter too. Yeah, probably.
So. Like, other than saying other people think I'm a grifter, could you explain to me why you believe that I am one?
Well, I just did, but I'll do it again. So
because everybody else says it? That doesn't seem very reasonable.
You switch sides. You switch sides because you didn't want to get your channel banned.
But like, here's my question for that is, where's your proof of that? Because
because you got a woke chick to have sex with you finally, so you also switch sides because of that too, is my understanding.
Okay, well, I don't really want to get into any kind of like, I'm not going to have it like a dick measuring contest with you and start talking about like, but no, I did not sell out my beliefs to have sex with my now wife. That's not how this works. I don't know. Maybe you're not really familiar with how like healthy relationships work, but that's generally not usually how they work. Actually, my wife was very much on the same side as me. I mean, she used to help me write a lot of my conservative content as well. And it was as I began changing, we kind of like, we were a couple, of course, as we kind of almost evolved a little bit together. It was actually kind of cool. So no, this idea that like she just made me turn left is bizarre. I've been dating Carissa. Me and Carissa got in a relationship back in the end of 2017. My content remained extremely right wing up until like mid 2019 when I started really like calling out the right as well.
Until she started like slowly guiding it down the primrose path along with.
But why would she guide it down the primrose path? That doesn't make any sense.
Along with you not wanting to get your channel banned. So those two things together combined, likely that's the reason that.
So basically, you have a nice story and like to validate your feelings.
I mean, that's all you have too. We have no way to determine what.
Yes, you do. You literally do. You can go look at my channel and see conservative content that I continue to make after I was banned.
Okay,
if I was so worried about,
but we have no idea what the financial status is. We have nothing except your word. That's it.
And we have nothing. Well, we at least have some proof of my videos not changing after I was banned. You have literally nothing but a bedtime story.
That's all you're giving us is a bedtime story. The only thing that you can say is, well, I made a little bit lighter conservative content going forward until I completely did a 180 on my beliefs and suddenly embraced.
But that's another lie. See, it wasn't a 180 on anything.
The entire transgender paradox. That's what you.
It wasn't just like this entire 180. Like it was a slow developing process. Now I do understand that from a public perspective, it might not look. Like I've said this before, that it probably did look a little bit more abrupt because I do political commentary. Like you're not watching my personal life. But yeah, when you actually are, when you like see my content and everything and how it's evolved. It's very obvious. It wasn't just like this 180 all of a sudden. My views began evolving and began changing. And you know what? They have been since the beginning of my channel. When I started my fucking channel, I was talking about I was like a conservative Christian. Then I went through a phase where I talked about how I really was like walking away from religion. That was part of the way that like my channel has evolved and changed with me and as I have grown up and changed as well. So this idea that I just like switched sides out of nowhere, like just it's not even substantiated. You could literally go through my videos and see.
So you're going to say for sure then that it had nothing to do with the fact that you were worried about your channel getting struck out of existence. It had nothing to do with that at all.
No, because
even though all the other conservatives at the time, that was exactly what was happening to them coincidentally.
They weren't. After I was banned. Yeah, they were. Hold on. After I was banned, I was doing stuff. I continued to do stuff with like PragerU. I was in that circle. I was in what you consider to be like the mainstream safe, whatever. Like and then you side of conservatism. Like I was already in there.
Then you were unbanned, right?
No, I was banned and then unbanned in like 7 hours.
Well, that's what I just said. And then you were unbanned. And slowly but surely, we have made sure that we have all seen this progression, this grift progression of yours, where you suddenly decided that you didn't want your channel to get banned. You didn't want to get struck out. Plus,
so why would I keep making conservative content
kind of
then after I was banned?
Way, and you completely and totally.
So why would I continue making hold on? So why would I continue making conservative content after I was banned?
Well, why don't you look at that conservative content? It's not all that conservative.
So
you can kind of see that
saying after it banned, it just
moving
like
towards woke, gradually moving towards woke, pretty obviously.
Well, I mean, the content gradually changed with my beliefs, sure. So doesn't that kind of prove my point that it wasn't just like this abrupt 180, that it was like a true evolution?
It doesn't prove your point. We're all still going to always think that you're a grifter. You switch sides completely and totally abruptly. It's true that you made your content a little less woke, but I think that that's just because you didn't want your channel to get shut down, or a little less conservative, I mean.
So that's just because it was only after my channel was banned that my content continued to be...
For by your own admission, 7 whole hours? Oh, wow.
Yeah,
wow.
Literally. You're defeating your own point right now.
No,
if I was deleted for 7 hours, like in the span of 7 hours, you're saying I like concocted this plan to like stop.
Put the fear of God in you, and you were worried that you would lose your hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and so
I mean, it was definitely worrying being like taken off YouTube when I didn't think I'd broken any rules or anything. Sure, but the idea that in the span of 7 hours, I suddenly concocted this gigantic conspiracy to like switch my beliefs and my views and everything else, like it doesn't doesn't make any sense, dude. Come
it's
on.
Not,
what
it's
happened was, no, you can actually see the progression
what do you mean?
of what
it's
happened.
Not conspiratorial. What would be conspiratorial about saying that a person wants to preserve themselves? So they decide that they don't want to lose all their hard work.
The conspiracy is that you have no basis for it. That's your conspiracy.
You think you're the only one who's ever switched sides in order to preserve your brand? You're not. No. Companies do it all the time. Companies with far more of a customer base than you do it
doesn't mean anything. We're talking about me specifically
here. What I'm saying is that all the signs are there that
the reason it's a conspiracy. Hold on. The reason that it's a conspiracy for you is that you have absolutely no evidence of what you're saying. Now, it is true that this conversation is largely going to be my word versus your word. However, I have my YouTube channel that you can go and look at and see the content and how it continued. What really happened was I had a good discussion with Vosh. I was already in a place where I was considering some of my beliefs. And then over time, my beliefs changed and progressed. And you can literally see this progression in my content. For example, one of my first videos on Jessica Yaniv, I was still very much a conservative then. But at the end, I talked a little bit about how, hey, just if this is like a trans person doing something creepy doesn't mean that like all trans people are creepy or all trans people are bad or whatever. And I was still very much a conservative then, but that was like a really clear indication of how my views had evolved and changed, even on LGBT issues, right? Like, no, I mean,
it looks far more likely to me that what happened was you got the fear of God put in you because you had a channel strike. You decided to throttle down your content and then sell out. So that you can
say what you want, but I literally just I'm literally giving you proof and examples of how my content has evolved.
You haven't given me any proof. So go back and watch my YouTube, my throttled down conservative.
And
YouTube
meanwhile,
videos.
You're saying nothing. What's your proof? Like everyone watching now. To everybody watching right now, you guys can go check out my channel. Go find the video called I Was Banned, and you can go ahead and check out my response to it, and then you can look at all of my content moving forward. It continued just down the path of being very conservative, and it wasn't until later as it slowly but surely started to evolve. So I'm letting everybody know in the audience, if you want to go check it out, you can see that, the proof is right there. Meanwhile, you have nothing. You have a bedtime story that you're telling me. You're telling me a nice fairy
bedtime story. You're
telling me a fairy tale about what you think happened based on absolutely nothing.
Saying that you can go look down at some of my throttled down content. That is a bedtime story. Show us some actual proof, real proof. You're the guy who has some
proof, please.
I can't provide only the proof.
Okay, so you actually have no proof at all. So now we're at least acknowledging this is all conjecture.
Why would you want Donald Trump's tax returns? Is that because you couldn't provide the tax returns yourself?
Holy shit! What was that pivot? Whoa! Are you okay right now?
It's tied together. There's no way.
Did you just hurt your back or something? Holy shit!
You have to determine it. You have to determine it. You have to show the proof, not us.
I've given proof. I've told people where they can check it out. I will go ahead and drop a link in chat.
People go check out your YouTube channel like that.
Yes. Like what else are you going to look for? Actually, hold on. Let me pull. Here's a tweet right here. I'm showing on screen. This is back. I remember I was getting in fights with Beardson and all these other like dipshit alt-writer types. Even back then when I was still very much conservative. This tweet when I'm talking about like your sexuality doesn't define you as a person. If my daughter turns out to be gay, that will never stop me from loving and respecting her. Fuck you for thinking otherwise. And I got in a big like controversy for saying that like it kind of makes more sense to like support gay marriage overall if you're like a conservative or whatever. And that was when I was conservative. This was like a very clear indication of how my views began to change. Like,
you mean of how you began to pivot towards the grift so that you didn't lose everything you had built?
I mean, you're always, the thing is you're going to see it. That's how you're going to see it no matter what, because you don't like me. But the people that are actually willing to, look at this objectively and the people that actually have a brain are able to look through this and see very clearly the evolution of my beliefs and how they changed.
I'm far smarter than you are, and I can look at anything objectively, Hunter Avallone.
Okay.
You have been crushed under my boot heel before, and you would be crushed under my boot heel again if you ever engaged with me a second time. What I'm talking
I just engaged with you a second time and you embarrassed yourself.
We're not debating. And on top of that, what I'm
this isn't what you call a debate, because I would consider this a debate right now, my dude.
What I'm explaining to you is that from our perspective, you look like the ultimate in grifting. That's what it looks like to all of us, even your own audience. Even your own audience and on the left.
Really quickly, I just really want to know how am I like? What was the benefit? Where was the grift?
The benefit was that you didn't lose your entire channel when you saw the writing on the wall and knew that conservative channels were getting completely and totally banned off of YouTube and these other platforms. You did not want to be one of those channels.
All right. Well, have fun with your bedtime story then, I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean, the thing is, I've given proof. My audience knows. The people watching are going to know. I am not able to argue with your like menopausal feelings here, but yeah, if you want to just go ahead and deal with it,
you really could show us proof.
I can, but I can hit you up with a therapist that might be able to help you kind of work out some of that pent up emotion that you seem to be dealing with. I really just hope that you're able to get some help and stop taking it out on me and the channel. But yeah, like there are a lot of people that are insincere about their beliefs, a lot of people that are very slippery and slimy, and people that are not very truthful with the kind of things they say.
That would be you.
But yeah,
those are all self-describers for you, just so you know.
All right, pal. Says the king. All right, you know what? No. I'm not. Listen, I will get into the roast war, and I don't think it's a good idea right now. All right.
Well, you would lose that too. I mean, from just a sheer look standpoint, it's not even close.
Oh, we're going for the looks attack. You realize now that you have no argument.
Like we go for, I'm better than you by every single conceivable.
I'm
metric.
Actually kind of okay with just letting you continue talking here because you're just further you're just further destroying your own point. Like everybody watching now is seeing very clearly that like you are just so fucking biased and filled with this like Hunter Avallone derangement syndrome. You're not giving an accurate interpretation at all. Like you're not defending your claim that I'm a grifter.
This is the first time. Like,
do you think you look good right now? Do you think you're looking good in this discussion right now? Like, yeah, you look really weird.
This is the first time I've been to your channel since we debated because somebody sent me a text saying, "Can you believe this idiot's actually going live to debate with trans issues again after that?" I couldn't believe it. Honestly, I had to come see for myself.
All right, and then you decided to pop in and try to defend the claim that I'm a grifter, and looked pretty damn bad. But okay.
You said, does anybody want to come into the Discord and call me a grifter? And I said, well, yeah, sure, I'll come into the Discord and call you a grifter. I'm happy to do that. I didn't come here seeking that.
No, I'm sorry. Maybe if you want to get down to your semantic little argument there, you can. But it was very clear that I was. No, I was asking people to come on and defend the claim that I'm a grifter, and now you're trying to backtrack because you recognize that you didn't defend that claim at all. No, you recognize that you came on here and looked like a fucking retard, and then start screaming about how you're better than me and better looking than me. You've proven nothing right now, my dude.
So mad, Hunter.
You've proven how angry and frustrated you are. Now, do you want to go ahead and you want to give a quick shout out to your channel?
Yeah, you.
Fuck you. Well, you guys heard it. There's the proof. He said it. The proof. Just trust me, bruh.